So I was just wondering, a lot of time, we have job openings, internship openings, a lot of things. So
Yeah.
what are your views on, what should a person really concentrate and focus on when they're sending us their resume, portfolio, CV, etc., etc., so that we notice it better? I was just thinking about it. If you could share your thoughts on
It's
that.
a very good question. I think, a lot of times people do send their profiles or, just go out there and send emails or maybe just write to us
On
without any
Instagram or
context,
WhatsApp, yeah.
without any expectations, without any, I think, even a lot of times without any subject lines, it's very hilarious to
Right.
see. I think we're getting into a tunnel right now.
Full aperture, no problem.
Yeah, and my only thing is that when somebody is writing to you, they need to think of like 5 things. One, there needs to be a very attractive subject line. What are you applying for? And there has to be a very clear message in the subject line. If I need interns, if I need any person who I want to hire, I will first check the subject line, what subject line it is, Then the second thing is basically the body. The email body needs to be very clear, very concise. Like, I think not more than 2-3 sentences. If I like what you've written in the email body, then only I'll click on your profile, and your work links. Third, not too many work links. Send like best 2 or 3 work links that you
Most
have.
relevant and
Most
the best
relevant,
ones.
yeah, the best things that you have done till now. Like, don't send like 100 work links because nobody has enough time to, go through those work links. And a lot of times we get confused when somebody sends work links to us. Like what should we watch? Like, बहुत बार क्या होता है ना, when you have too many links to work with, it confuses you a lot. Fourth thing, basically, it needs to be emailed to right person. A lot of times there are email on generic email IDs. A lot of times people send in the 2 section there are 3 production houses that they send in at one time. That's very strange. To
CC में ही डाल दिया.
CC में डाल, like what it is. Even if you want to send to multiple people in one time, write it in BCC at least. And the fifth thing is always check the attachments. A lot of times I have received emails where they have said that there are, there is an attachment, but there is no attachment, to be honest, and it kills me, and I can't even just reply to that guy, because what will I reply to him? He forgot to even attach his, in the first impression, he has busted himself,
That's true. वो कल को client को भी ऐसी भेज देगा.
हाँ, सही बात.
Without the वो मतलब किसी को भी नहीं भेजना चाहिए. It's not just about clients.
Correct. And the bonus tip is basically always seek for a meeting, a visual meeting or a video call, because that is where
The decisions will be made.
Decision will be made, because nobody is going to hire you just from
A text.
So always think of the call to action for your email needs to be getting on a meeting or a video call, so that you can, at the end of the day, you can get in touch with the right people who's going to make the decision.
Excellent. I think note that down, guys. I think that will be very useful for you.
And if you need a detailed video how to apply, just let us know in the comments so we can, put it out.
Absolutely. One more bonus tip from my side will be, this is quite prevalent in the film world already, but I think in the content world, digital content, I think it will usually boil down, which is whenever you send a link, which is a team project or a production house project that you have done, always specify exactly what role you had done.
That's very important.
In that film or in that video.
Or photo or whatever.
Or in that photo, because see, we know how things work. And everyone knows, in our industry knows how things work, and it's a team effort always, right?
Correct.
So if, for example, you have done, let's say you've done aerial shots in a film. So when you send that film, please don't forget to mention that what you have done in that film or in that video or in that project. That has to be specified. That builds trust, and also that builds transparency.
Correct.
I think. So yeah, it's a good way to, start off. What we've always observed is that there is more supply and less demand in our field, especially because even if we look at our kind of our closest friends who are filmmakers and our brothers, we always see that trend wise, if you want to be successful in today's time, you have to do something which kind of blows out the equation out of the waters. Just try and do something which even on a small level, you have to show your creativity.
Correct.
So there's a very famous spot here. He makes soybean chow mein, one of the
Yeah.
best in Dehradun. If you're going out of Dehradun, do stop and try here. यहीं पे दाई की दुकान है, ये आगे लास्ट दुकान ही पड़ती है जहाँ से टोल रोड स्टार्ट लिखा हुआ है।
Okay, I've been here with Vivek, I think.
हाँ, सोयाबीन चाउमीन।
Now we've reached our destination. Thank you so much for listening to us again.